Across 11,000 square kilometres of the stunning Canadian Rockies in Alberta lies an extraordinary spectacle, Jasper National Park. With 97% zoned as wilderness, much of it is practically untouched.
Woo!
And is a joy to explore.
It just came out of me, man.
But in July 2024, this natural wonder was the setting for an immense wildfire, destroying a third of the buildings in the park's main town of Jasper.
So a year and a half later, I've come to see how Jasper is building back.
While also bringing new life to the area.
They're huge. They're literally about 10 metres away. Just checking me out.
But treasuring what remains.
Oh, look at this!
I just want to stop there and take pictures all the time.
In a place with deep historic roots.
This is my family's ancestral homestead.
I feel very privileged to be here.
I'm visiting a community that is finding its feet once more.
It's a brilliant way to see and experience this place.
Nestled within a dense range of the Rocky Mountains in Alberta, Jasper National Park is a nature lover's dream. And I'm starting my journey from an unusual perspective.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Yeah, we are the land of ice, aren't we?
Stunning!
I've joined motorbike obsessive Rob Logan for a ride a few miles out of town. He's run tours from Jasper, where he lives, for over a decade.
I just felt, it just came out of me, man. It just came out, you know? The wind's on my face, the sun's in my eye, open roads, the mountains, the Rockies on the horizon. I just feel free, you know?
Yeah.
But among all the breathtaking beauty here, it's also clear to see the damage done by the wildfire a year and a half earlier.
The forest was, dense. It was green. You couldn't see into it. Not like this. No, not like this at all.
In July 2024, a number of wildfires to the north and south of Jasper began to converge into a colossal 35,000 hectare blaze. Rob and over 20,000 others in the town at the time were forced to evacuate. When residents finally were able to return, it was to a town which was, in places, unrecognisable, and where one of those who had fought the blaze had sadly died.
And here we are into Jasper.
A year and a half later, the rebuilding continues.
It must have been such a shock for the community.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you see where a lot of people are living now.
Yeah.
The people lost their homes and now living in temporary buildings over here.
So how much of this place was touched by the fire?
Pretty much half of Jasper. So I think, what was it, 380 structures burnt down or something like that.
Yeah.
But the heroic work done by firefighters is clear. Their efforts helped save much of the historic town centre, leaving it still a beautiful place to visit.
Right now we're going up to Pyramid Lake.
And we're just going up a few hundred feet above the town side of Jasper, but it's like an all new season up here. It's like we went from like full Now we're going to be going straight into winter.
Straight into winter.
Straight into winter.
I thought it was pretty wintry down there, to be honest.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, look at this.
I just want to stop there and take pictures all the time.
I am simply in awe with how beautiful this place is. You can see all the trees, the spruce, the Douglas fir reflected in the water, perfectly still. It's quite simply Wonderland.
I have 100 pictures of that same lake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
picture perfect. You can see why this place, Jasper, is known as the jewel of the Rockies, when you've got views like this all around. Nice. Oh, this is an awesome spot. Wow.
So up here we have Pyramid Mountain, Pyramid Lake, and Pyramid Island.
The beauty here is just
Isn't it good?
breathtaking, and it's so untouched, unlike so much of what we saw on the way up here.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
must have been a really scary moment.
Our business, where it's located, the roof burned off. And because the building was gone, we thought the business is gone. The business doesn't exist anymore. You know, we lost probably more than half our guides because their houses burnt down. We had to cancel a lot of tours with the company. And people would say, no, you keep the money. We're trying to return the money. And, you know, take your money back. And they're going, no, you keep it. You're going to need it. You're going to have to rebuild. And they're people from half the world away. You know, different hemisphere. And they're so nice to us. We're struggling through, but yeah, we're so positive. We're just like, you know, enjoying that we're going to get better power and better water and better,
Yeah.
better. Everything's better.
Looking at the positives in that sense.
Yeah.
But even as the town rebuilds and modernises, its heritage will be protected. In the early 1900s, Jasper was a key stop on a vast new railway line, marking it as a gateway to the Canadian Rockies. But the footprints of history here go back far longer. I've gone a little out of town to meet Indigenous tour guide Lauren Mobley, whose family homestead still remains here.
Hello.
Hello.
Fancy, right?
Yes, Tansei, welcome.
Lovely to meet you, Lauren. And so this is the homestead.
Yes, this is my family's ancestral homestead.
I feel very privileged, and it's really special to be here, actually.
Yeah, it's great to have you.
The Mobley homestead, built around 1895, is the oldest structure here. Lauren's family were evicted from the land in the early 1900s, with the creation of what would become Jasper National Park. But today, the park's long Indigenous history is gaining recognition.
Look at this.
So here is my family's homestead.
This is amazing.
Yeah, you're one of the very select few to be allowed in this cabin. One person I would love to show you is my great-great-grandfather. So this is Yvonne Moberly, and he is who built this homestead,
He's got a great jawline.
right?
Yeah, very
But-
handsome guy.
If you see how he's just dressed,
Yeah.
you can see how sophisticated.
He's very formidable. He's got a very formidable presence about him.
Yeah, exactly. And so when he built this homestead, he built it to accommodate his 10 children.
10 children in here.
I know, can you imagine? So if you look around, you can
Yeah.
see like the rivets right there. So that was the loft. So this was
Oh, I see. They
yeah,
had more than one floor to this.
yeah. So that's where the children would be, and then everyone else would be down here. They didn't speak English. They were non-educated, but that didn't stop them at all. Like they became self-made millionaires in their own right. Anybody that was passing through, whether it be explorers, royalty, guides, hunters, they had to come to this location because he had a massive store. So since the early 1700s, my family lived in this valley. But in 1909, my family here and the families who were living in the park, because there was about 6 families in total, and it comprised of about 100 people, Indigenous people. The families were told that they had to leave this place. And they did that meeting inside this cabin here.
And it was now a tourist location?
It's always been a tourist location. There's walking trails all along this area.
For Lauren and her family, accessing the homestead in the years since the eviction has been difficult.
There has been a shift, whereas parks in Jasper, they are much more open and they're willing to work with, Indigenous peoples like myself, and they're willing to be much more accommodating.
You mentioned what your family and the Indigenous nations have done here in this valley over the years. How important a role do you think they have played in Jasper National Park?
I think my family has shaped this valley. They really did. I feel like through their efforts, their lives, they have definitely left a legacy, and it's a legacy that I'm trying to, step foot in and take part in and continue on.
One Indigenous cultural legacy here is the use of controlled burns, a practice in which small forested areas are deliberately set on fire, in part to prevent bigger wildfires taking hold in the future. The park began to do limited burns again in recent decades, but Lauren campaigns for a wider adoption of these ancient techniques.
What a location.
Yeah.
So what are we having?
So I have for you some muskeg tea to drink. It's an Indigenous tea, and the leaves they grow all around the Rockies.
So Lauren, how do I say cheers?
So there's not a word for cheers in the Cree language, but what we say is ekshe.
Ekshe.
Till next time.
We are deep into the national park now. I've been driving for about half an hour south of Jasper, and you can still see the damage that the wildfire did all around here. Where we're headed to is a first of its kind breeding centre for one of Canada's most iconic creatures, and it's a place that has recently had some really good news.
The Caribou Conservation Breeding Centre here opened just last year.
Here we go. We have arrived.
I've come to meet Jean-Francois, or JF, who manages the programme.
Hi, so
Hi.
Qasa, how are you?
I'm Jeff. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Welcome in Jasper.
What have we got here then?
Well, we got 2 buckets here. So the first one is what we call pellets. This is most of their diet. They receive that twice a day actually. So we're gonna do the afternoon feed today. And we have a special treat. Those are lichen. And it's really special for the caribou. That's what they eat in the wild, and that's what they really like. It's a little bit like candy for them, so we're gonna bring them a special treat.
Well, I'll definitely take the candy,
Amazing.
so I can be very popular with these caribou.
And
Hopefully they'll come say hello.
Perfect, and I'll carry the heavy bucket for you.
Yes, that's a good deal, I think. JF, tell me a little bit about this place then. When did it first start, and how big is it?
Well, it's about 65 hectares in size, so 95 soccer fields, so it's quite large.
That is huge.
And the whole area has about 35 pens, 300 gates, so it's quite a big operation. Ultimately, what we want to do is to probably have between 100 and 120 caribou at peak capacity here, with the objective to every year to release a number of caribou back in the wild. At this point, we just don't have enough caribou females to make enough babies for the population to grow back again.
Yeah.
And that's why we have conservation breeding.
With the centre almost 10 years in the making, the 2024 wildfire swept through here, as well as Jean-Francois' own home in Jasper. But the project continued. After relocating some of the few remaining wild caribou to the centre, some welcome good news soon followed in spring of last year. The birth of 7 baby caribou.
Okay, here we go. You go.
We'll take a moment just to look at them. How beautiful are they?
This is better than I could have ever imagined. And they're huge. They're far bigger than I thought they would be. And they're literally about 10 meters away.
So these guys were born this spring.
Wow.
So end of May, beginning of June. And they were about between 7 and 10 kilos in size. So as you can tell, they grew a lot bigger in just a few months, in 6 months really.
Yeah.
And they're doing well. They haven't grew little antlers, you know, and they're just 6 months old.
So are they running away? Are they just giving me space? What's going down?
I think what they're trying to do is just to assess what we're doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're still wild animals, even if they're comfortable around humans. So, you know, they're kind of looking at us from the side.
Can I put some of this down?
We'll go put the feed in the feeder first.
Oh, there's a couple more there. They're everywhere.
So we have 2 more. And then
So these ones look a bit smaller?
they're a little bit smaller. They're all males.
All male?
Yeah, so we have 4 males in this pen. Yeah. So what we do, we have that feeder that we fill up twice a day.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of leftover from the morning.
Yeah.
But going to still add a little bit more.
Oh, this is so cool.
Okay.
So we've got the pellets down. What's next?
Yeah, so we'll give them a little bit of lichen.
Right, so just put little bits in like this?
Yeah, you can put a little bit more.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That looks wonderful.
Is that
What
good?
a nice dinner.
All right, okay,
All right,
cool.
so let's give them some space.
These are shy creatures. So we hide behind the fence in the hope the camera traps capture them enjoying their dinner.
I feel like I'm eavesdropping on something I shouldn't, but it's so nice to see them, like, in the wild, if you get what I mean. Oh, I think I see them coming.
Yeah, I think they're coming.
They are beautiful creatures, Jay.
They are amazing. Eh? Look at their coat. It's all shiny. They're ready for winter.
I can imagine that they're a really special animal for Canadians as well.
Absolutely. They're very special for a lot of Indigenous people in Canada. They're iconic. They're part of the culture of Canadians from coast to coast to coast. So they really represent Canada at its best. You know, it's a magnificent species. It lives here in the winter. So yeah, it's really beautiful.
Fingers crossed, with these sorts of places, with these pens, the caribou population will be going back up. And with appetites like that, I'm sure they'll be growing in numbers for years to come. And I think it's time that we just sort of left them to it now, so that they can enjoy their meal in peace. Yeah.
But as my time in Jasper comes to an end, it's clear how much of a close-knit community this is. Spend much time here and you hear countless stories of kindness and heroism following the fire.
Can I get you a drink? Absolutely.
Like the Legion Club, who fed the community after the fire and now continues to bring locals and visitors like me together. A running event organised a few months after the fires raised over $25,000 for Jasper's community and volunteer firefighters. I'm here just at the right time for its second year, and hundreds of us are at the starting line in sub-zero conditions, ready for the race.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad, how about you?
I am buzzing, ready to go.
Yeah.
19-year-old Colleen Knoll was working as hospitality staff on the mountains around Jasper at the time of the fire, but happened to be trained as a volunteer firefighter.
What was that like? What did you do?
So I was actually here for a separate job. I was working at a lodge there, cooking, cleaning. I didn't really know anything because there's no service. It's 4 hours up the mountain. So I was kind of watching the smoke, and it got bigger and bigger. There's about 16 hikers up a trail, like 5 minutes up, that had no idea also because there was no service. So I got the group together, we all left, and I had packed my bag with fire prep stuff, food, fire suppression blanket. And everybody was, you know, pretty frightened, but
You helped take those people out of danger.
yeah.
That's incredible. I'm literally right next to one of the Jasper heroes. Do you mind if I run with you?
You sure can.
Okay,
I would love that.
It's pretty cold, I won't lie. I mean, ready. Smiling right now, hopefully smiling at the end. See you on the other side, as they say.
The spirit here is infectious.
Look at that view! Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
How are you feeling about this run?
lovely so far.
Excellent. Come on, let's keep going.
And as we climb the hill, I'm reminded of the resilience and optimism that I've found throughout my time here. From those who work to save the people and properties, to all those others caught up in the events.
Wow.
Now working to ensure a brighter future. Where its history stands proud and this jewel of the Rockies continues to shine.
We've reached halfway. How you feeling?
Better now.
Halfway, it's all downhill from here, right? High five! Go on, let's go! Woo! I can see the finish line. There we are. Hey, almost done! Hey! Well played, man. Yes, happy we got that done. Oh, we get a medal as well. That is incredible. Rebuild Jasper Run. And that, to be honest, is basically what all of this is about, rebuilding Jasper. And it's been an amazing week here, learning about all the difficulties this place has been through, but just how together everyone is and how, as one, they're going to rebuild this place.